Welcome everyone to another demo day for the Infinite Space Bazaar. My name's Josh from Celestial Labs, and I'll be hosting you along with Brian from Dora Hacks. Brian, thank you again for coming.
My pleasure. Demo day was a blast, so I had to come back for a second day in a row.
Yeah, and on that note, we have a pretty full schedule today, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Uh, the first track we're going to do today is the community track, and then after that, we'll do Build Whatever. The first project we have up is Block Bazaar, so we're inviting Sammy to present on Block Bazaar.
Hello, hello everyone. It's great to be here.
Great to have you.
Oh,
There you go.
okay. Yeah, my name is Sami, and I'm part of Cumulo team, and we're participating in ISB representing the Loom Tree House with Block Bazaar. Also in Cumulo, we are validators at Celestia and community builders. That is the reason we know firsthand both needs of our community to acquire knowledge and the challenge Celestia faces in communicating very technical concepts. After these weeks of participating in the hackathon, we realized how valuable the workshops were, and we wanted to make sure that this content was not lost. So we came up with a fun way to reintroduce the whole community to see the workshops, to learn and connect with the project. Yeah. Essentially, Block Bazaar is a series of interactive comics that we will publish weekly. Each episode is an adaptation of the hackathon workshops, transforming the key ideas explained in them into a futuristic, fantastic fantasy narrative. In addition to the comics, we will launch a dedicated website where you can find all the episodes, and we have also developing an interactive dashboard that will showcase projects that use Celestia as datability layer. We have observed in Celestia community a growing curiosity and need to access specific information about these projects that are in some way related to Celestia. The official ecosystem is useful, but perhaps does not provide such a deep insight. So we collect all data to create an up-to-date registry. This is accessible to all, and this log will be available through our interactive dashboard and has some file on GitHub. To increase the community participation and engagement, we will implement weekly raffles of PIA tokens among participants with comments or unpublished episodes. And in short, we want to create a fun and engaging space where everyone can interact and grow in its knowledge. And thank you, and we hope you enjoy the blog bazaar as much as we enjoy creating it.
Thank you, Sammy.
Yeah.
I've already had some fun checking it out, so I hope everyone else does too. And I guess it looks like there's an episode 4 in the works, so that's exciting.
Mm. We plan make episodes for not every workshops. Maybe we will mix some workshops in one or episode. But yeah, we will plan cover all the workshops. Yeah.
The only question for you from the chat is when Mustafa modularity arc.
Ah,
So I guess
I
when
think
Mustafa
to keep the engagement, we need to keep the engagement of the community. We need to leave it for the final for the finish.
true.
Yeah, you need to wait.
True.
Yeah. I think this is the hard one or the hardest one to cover. Yeah.
It makes sense. Thank you again, Sammy. Up next, we have the modular AlphaHore model, and I'm excited to invite Brian to present.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm sharing presentation now.
Cool. So Brian, whenever you're ready, you can get started.
Perfect. Thank you for the space. I'm Brian from the Alfajor model team from Argentina. So in Argentina, the alfajor is a traditional sweet that we love. In fact, we love it so much that we have a community, a crypto community called Alfajorcitos DAO, where we have this cute little mascot. Uh, so we are using the alfajor to reflect an analogy of the architecture of a modular blockchain. An alfajor is just made up of two cookies with a dulce de leche filling. You might have heard this before. It also has a topping of that's usually chocolate. So to get started, the execution layer, it's the first part where a user will make the first interaction, and it's where the transactions get executed. Uh, so this is the outer coating of the alfajor, and it covers the entire alfajor, same as it covers the entire blockchain. Then the data availability layer makes sure that the information is available for the settlement layer to validate the transactions. This last one is the dulce de leche because it's that sweet moment when everything is validated, right? But to finalize, the consensus layer is the base cookie because it's where everyone agrees that the state of the blockchain is correct. And this is what holds up the integrity of the entire network, same as it holds up the entire AlphaHole. Through this AlphaHole analogy, we can vividly explain the modular architecture, highlighting its brilliance, just as we do with our beloved AlphaHole in Argentina. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian. I do not have any questions in the chat. I'm curious to know kind of what your roadmap looks like, what you're looking to do with the project in the future.
Yeah, this is the first part of a series of infographics that we are starting with our company called NeoPower and a design company. So we are excited to start explaining technical terms with analogies that we all love, such as dulce de leche and alfajor. So I see some excitement for that. This usually helps onboard technical people to concepts that they don't fully understand. And it happened to us in our local community in Argentina that we use this concept to explain this. And this allows us to onboard builders. I'm a software engineer, and same as many people here. And this is great to onboard people. So we'll keep doing more of these infographics with the rest of the team. Yeah.
Thank you again, Brian.
Thank
Next up, we have Celestia Club. And I'm excited to welcome Vikash to present on Celestia Club.
Yeah, I'm audible.
There we go. Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah,
So whenever you're ready.
yeah. So hey everyone, this is Celestia Club. So basically, it's a DApp which is based on the DAO, right? So it's a decentralized investment and a treasury management as well, right? So basically, there are various problems in which we are handling this by building, this project. So first problem is centralized investment, right? For example, we have various uh, a community or any type of the company which gives funds for the project, right? And they are complete centralized, right? And there is much involvement of the politics as well, right? Means some user get the chance to pitch the project, some user can't get that chance to pitch the project, right? And the base project, right, they usually didn't get noticed by the investment and all that, right? So basically, if I talk about the solution, so basically I just created means during the hackathon I think about the idea, right? For that we can create a DAO, right, for to solve this problem, right? Every member get a chance to showcase their project and items, right? And if I talk about the working flow, then anyone can create the investment, right? After creating the investment clubs, right, the user have the options to join or leave the clubs, right? They can create and vote on the proposal. Voting part is important. That's why it's on the top of the DAO, right? And after that, when a proposal, there is a time voting as well, right? Means within 5 minutes, the user or all the member have the chance to vote on that proposal, right? And after that, the owner can cancel or execute that proposal, right? So if I talk about the what next, so we are trying to deploy on the mainnet, and we are trying to implement the uh, some like chat options, right, for the between participants and the organizer, right? So if I talk about the demo, so this is the front page or the landing page of the Celestia Club, right? Here I can see the clubs, right? So basically, if I talk about this club, right, which I created, which is testing, right? So under testing, I have the options to leave the club. I can contribute to the club, right? I can create the proposal, right? This is the proposal page, right? After creating the proposal, we are gonna see this proposal is being executed, right, by the owner, right? Then after the proposal, I can see all the description, the creator, the who created, and the destination, right, and the amount, and the CID. CID is basically is the unique identity, which is all these are being stored on the Lighthouse. So and the voting deadline as well, right? So after the voting deadline, the user have the option to execute or cancel the proposal, right? The execution part is only done when the vote for is more than the against, right? So if it less, then the user can't execute. He or she can only cancel the proposal, right? So yeah, so this is quite about Celestia Club, right? And yep, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for presenting, Vikas.
Thank
What are your plans for the project?
So basically, I thought to implement some chat option like between the participant and the organizer, so that the one who are voting on that project can ask some questions like what type of the funding they required and all that. And we are trying to deploy on the mainnet, right? So basically, I deployed this on the conduit rollup as well. So kind of focused on the rollup side as well.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Thank you again for presenting. Next up, we have the mascots of the Infinite Space Bazaar houses. And
Hello.
would like to welcome Swarna to present.
Hello, I'm Swarna Nagwani. I'm a digital artist, UI UX designer, also game dev. I have built some mascots for all the houses. So I'll begin with the house Whimsy Fall. For Whimsy Fall, I had a theme of like some fun while creating new things. Like it's kind of thing magic. That's what we say now, to make things possible, which we think that are not at all possible. That's why I created a mascot for in which the our funny uncle has a magic wand, and the values I took for it was joy, creativity, and adaptability, symbolism, playfulness, desire to experiment in Web3, believe in humor and fun and innovation, viewing challenges as opportunities for creative solutions. Then it's house mindflux. So for it, the mindflux house, we know it's a mystic. Like we have so many intelligent people around us. They are the one who thinks like they can find anything. They are the thinkers and innovators who thinks they can achieve endless possibilities. So for mascot, I took an owl, sorry, for who will which eyes and the cosmic elements behind it shows the endless possibilities. So, for its values, I choose wisdom, insight, exploration of the unknown, symbolism, intense gaze, and cosmic elements, fascination with mysteries and endless possibilities. So, the next is our house lemon tree, from which I am. So, for it, I know the lemon trees are the most creative ones out there. Like, we want everything to be creative. We believe if things are beautiful, we believe if things are interesting, then the world's gonna be so easy. So for it, I took a brush. As I'm a digital artist, I like art, and its colorful rings show the vibrance of the Web3 world. And symbol for its values, I used it as a creativity and transformation, symbolism, colorful feathers, and artistic elements, passion, drive, and resilience, viewing setbacks and opportunities for growth. And for last, we have a house Puddle Trail. Puddle Trail is the most sweet house, I guess. Uh, for sweetness, I use the mascot to be a otter, and the house Puddle Trail uses innocence and simplicity to think about to they think that the innocence and the nature can bring the world to peace, and we can go on a really long way with that. So for that symbolism, I use joyful expressions on our auto and natural surrounding, optimism and purity of heart, serene water and lush greenery. So that was it for my today's presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Swarna. There's no questions in the chat. I'm curious what your next evolution, I guess, of these mascots would be. What do you want to do next?
I want to create them as 3D assets and NFTs,
Oh, awesome.
and then want to add them in my games.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing more. That's exciting. Thank you again, Swarna, for presenting, and looking forward to seeing more of your work. Next up, we have Celestia GPT, and I'd like to welcome Asharib to present. Whenever you're ready, the floor is yours. Except you're muted still. Hey, Asharib, you're muted. Yeah.
So sorry.
Nice. No, it's okay.
I was presenting. So sorry.
All right. Yeah, you're good to go.
All right. So are you hearing me now?
Yep, we got you clear.
Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. I think you might not be able to hear me though.
Uh, all right. So it's hello guys. So sorry for inconvenience. I'm Sharib Ali, and this is my project, Celestia GPT. I am from Pakistan. I have over 3 years of experience in the development side, and so Celestia GPT, it's an cutting edge virtual assistant developed for the Celestia community and developers. It provides rapid, accurate answers and deep insights, and it facilitates better understanding of the Celestia platform and its developers. And mainly, it's designed for developers to build on Celestia in a conversational way. So this is the problem statement. Basically, Celestia community members, especially developers, struggle with accessing and understanding the detailed project information, and community may want updates on the TR token and its ecosystem, and all of the things related to it. And the improved resources are needed for to support developers using Celestia's infrastructure. And if they use ChatGPT Plus, it costs $20 without any knowledge about.
We lost your audio, but I don't think you can hear us. So
So I have, these are some of the benefits that may provide by Celestia GPT. And this is the tech stack. Mainly, everything is powered by the OpenAI's assistant APIs. And behind the scene, I have been using a Flowwise AI for visual nodes workflow development. And yeah, so future improvements would be the expanded knowledge base and community analytics. Thank you. You can try it out here without login and sign up stuffs, and without any fees. You may ask any type of questions. Like I'll simply ask what is Celestia modular blockchain network, and it will promptly answer me about the project. So I may write something technical, like some coding stuffs, and for sure it will answer me about that as well. So that's my project. And if anybody have any questions, then they can ask me.
Thank you, Ashrib. Um, can you hear us?
Yes, sir, I'm hearing you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. I don't have any questions from the chat. I'm curious to see what your next plans are. What's your roadmap look like for this project?
Mainly, I'll try to add more quality data to get the best results from the GPT that I have trained on. And for community, I may add something like they can do technical analysis, on-chain analysis, and fundamental analysis within the interface about the TIA token and all of the things related to uh, the ecosystem and the projects that are building on the top of it.
Looking forward to seeing more. And our time's up, so we're gonna have
Yes.
to get to the next project. Thank you again, Ashrib. Next, we have How Dare You, and I'm excited to welcome Nicholas up to the stage.
Hey,
Hey, when you're ready, you can go ahead and get started.
yeah. So yeah, and so I will start the job. And so, what is How Dare You? How Dare You is a project to assess and compensate Celestia's carbon footprint by using the community pool. So, first of all, what is a GHG protocol? A GHG protocol is the methodology used to calculate a carbon footprint. It's divided between three scopes in which you have quantities of CO2 emitted by, let's say, Celestia in our case. So scope one is about direct emissions, so it's about factories and everything. So it doesn't matter regarding Celestia. Scope two is about the use of electricity and energy, so it's important regarding Celestia. And scope three is about indirect emissions, so it's more complicated to calculate, and some companies do it, don't do it, but in scope 3 you would have the building of the hardware, for instance. So what I did is I did the scope 2 regarding Celestia. So why does it matter? Because we need to save our below pale blue dots. I think that a community pool should be used to finance public goods, and planet Earth is a public good. It's a good way to engage our community. Chains like Solana do it, for instance, and it's about adding a new KPI to Celestia because, well, it's like data throughput, for instance, and we'll see that light nodes are important because they divide Celestia's carbon footprint by 4. That's a fact, I would say. And so we can see the total carbon footprint of Celestia is around 800 tons. And to give you an idea, it's like the same emissions as 80 US citizens, to give you an idea. And I would say that regarding the consensus part of Celestia, it's like a classical Cosmos chain. So it's really by using the light nodes that you see that there's a difference, because DAS enables you to have light node with strong security assumption, and so they consume less energy, but you have something not that different from using a full node. Next steps are having a better vision of the validator set. So maybe use a more recent snapshot, having a better crawler to see the DA nodes with more details, develop a KPI, because chains use CO2 per transaction, but it doesn't really make sense regarding Celestia, and integrate scope 3 elements like the building of hardware. And so about the compensation, we can have a step-by-step approach, talk about it on the forum, and compensate the validators and bridges first to have something, qualitative to compensate, to define a better budget, and, like finance a project like a regeneration of a mangrove forest, for instance, and the foundation would use the tokens to pay for it. And so, yeah, see you on Celestia forum, and thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Nicholas. What was the most difficult part of building that project?
It was about hypothesis because, as I said, we don't have a crawler for DA nodes, and so well, I had the mapping of all the full nodes. So I said, okay, so if I have 3 full nodes in one country, that's a validator. And so I said, okay, so if I have a validator, I have a bridge node. I say, okay, let's say that we have the same amount of bridge nodes as validators, and so we have, and so the rest all light nodes, for instance. Well, and that's the hardest part, to have something that is not true, but you say, okay, it's not that different from reality.
Thank you for sharing more. I look forward to seeing the chatter about this on the forum. I think there's also a few other teams that are working on similar things in the sense that they're network crawlers to kind of give you an overview of what the network actually looks like. So yeah, thank you again for sharing, and
Thanks for having
looking
me.
forward to seeing more. Yeah, you're welcome. Next up, we have Tsukiyomi. This is actually a project from the core track, but just due to timing, it made more sense to present today. Zaref, welcome, and thank you for sharing. There we go. I see your screen now.
Hello, my
Hey,
name
whenever you're
is
ready.
Sarah. I'm the core developer behind Tsukuyomi. So, Tsukuyomi is a share sequencer rollup for verified credential. So we have 3 main problems here. First, we have a centralized sequencer, like we say, Arbitrum, Optimism, and many other rollups. Second, we have minor extractable value problem. And the third problem is fragmented cross-chain credibility. So how Tsukuyomi can solve it? First, we are a share sequencer rollup. We have fast block finality, as you can see here. Only 2.5 seconds we can produce new block. And second, we have public timestamp. So what does that mean? It admit technical, but we use execution API from Austria that we can define our public timestamp for our rollup. It means we can we can have atomic settlement, so you can avoid the minor extractable problem. So, and we have some data compression because Austria were very as we have our solution is credential oracle rollup. We have ZK identity tool like WordID. We handle ZK requests for cross rollup using hyperlink, and we will label in reputation using our SAML. And we can monitor in other rollups. We first we observe the transaction from any other rollup that load on Austria. We observe and we attach data, and we provide SDK to load your rollup that has the same block timestamp execution, and we retrieve to Kuyomi block data from Selectia and check filter. And after all, we use execution API to modify the conductor. Okay, so so we can drop a block if it's a harmful block. That presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Zaref. There we go. Next up, we have AgroToken, and I'd like to welcome Arthur to present. Hey, Arthur, how's it going?
I'm fine. How are you guys?
Very well. And your slides. There we go.
Oh, nice.
We're ready when you are. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Arthur from Pedal Trail House, and this is my project AgroToken. It's a platform where farmers can tokenize their crops and livestock to attract investments. It's also a platform where free users can invest in yield-bearing real-world assets. So how it works? For example, you are a farmer who raises cattle and you want to expand your farm. For this, you decided to attract investment using Web3 opportunities and this application. First, you need to log in using your wallet or Web2 account. After that, go to your farm page and create token that will be linked to one of your cows. Define category, a description of your product and farm, a cow identifier so that investor always knows exactly what asset they invested. The chain and address of the token you want to accept, the amount of required investments, the number of tokens you expect to return, and expected period for this. Okay, and once your token is created, any Web3 user will be able to open the app, go to the explore page, find your offer, and invest in your token. At this point, the farmer gets the money he needs, and the user becomes investor of real-world asset. Next, you, as a farmer, do your job. You raise your livestock, weigh it regularly, and make records of it. This way, investor will see how the process is going and how much the assets is currently worth. And after some time, when your cattle are ready, you can sell them on the real market and return received investment. That's it. To build this project, I used Gelato and Conduit as providers for launching and operating rollups, Ethereum and Mode networks as settlement layer, and Celestia's data layer for all rollups. And of course, there are many ideas on how to improve this project. It would be great to launch tests with real farms, integrate Oracle to display up-to-date prices of real-world assets, and implement features of reputation and insurance. Thanks for your attention, and let's make agro-revolution together.
Awesome. Thank you, Arthur. I know you mentioned the things that you'd like to add, but what are the next plans that you have for this project?
The biggest challenge for us is to find farmers who will agree to participate in this idea and this project. So for us, it's the next step for project. Yeah.
So good luck, and I look forward to seeing what you grow, not build, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next up, we have Garong and Meme Feed. Oop, and an alarm. Oh no, I skipped. Sorry. Junks up. We're doing
Hello.
NFT first. Yeah, I
Can you
threw
hear
it.
me? And could you say, our screen? Can you see our screen?
Yeah, I can hear you, and your screen is now up. We got the whole screen shared.
I will start. Hello, I'm Jungse from NFT Import Team. Our project is about Celestia DA-based CDN service, and we code NFT.info. If you ever try to use Celestia DA for storing data, you would understand what we said. Currently, for storing data in a decentralized way, people mostly use IPFS. In this point, there are two problems we thought like that, and then using Celestia DA instead of IPFS, it will be a solution for users and builders. Right, it's time to show our demo service. Visit our service, you can see 3 pages: collection, create, and point. Actually, and then I will create a new collection NFT by our using by our NFT import service. New collection, something simple. Choose NFT file. This and images will be uploaded to select the DA. Click this button, and after uploading this data, you can see generated some of metadata JSON, and then clicking uploading metadata again. Finally, you can see generated base URI. Actually, we don't have enough time, so I already prepared this demo day NFT collection, and actually I already deployed it just demo day this NFT collection by using our service. And then this OpenSea button, you can see this NFT collection, this image and metadata actually already uploaded the Celestia DA as a blog. You can see, okay, this NFT. And then actually I already deployed Celestia DA collections. It's very cute fragrance. And also you can see demo day, this NFT collection. I already said here is by using the Selenium service. Okay, you can see the image URI is here, and then I will access to the image by our services. And then also you can see this metadata also like that. Finally, our service is also provide this swagger for users and builders. And then if in the future for our service, this is a point service. There is a point service for promotion to new builders and users, and user or builder mint or deploy our NFT or something data, and by using our service, they will receive something token and collect some chains by Hyperrain Bridge. That's all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Jungsep.
Okay, I stopped my screen.
Oh, it's okay. That's awesome. What was the most difficult thing about building your project?
Actually, in the Celestia DA is something encoded by protobuf, so is to encode and decode by Celestia DA from the blob data to human over data to upper users or builders.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And also there is something difficult. Actually, we used NFT service. This part is one of alias of that namespace, but actually it's too hard to the search in the Selenium. Actually, this is only alias again, and then we cannot explore our name services collections by this alias. So it's more,
okay. Yeah. I feel like there's a long way to go to like standardizing all the different namespace, this and that, different encoding schemes and stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for your presentation.
Yeah.
And now I'm actually welcoming Garung with Meme Feed to the stage. And Garung, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and get started. Unmute though.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Garong, and I worked on Meme Feed, a software and app chain that enables live memes for any community. All right, so let's just hop straight into the demo. A user would connect their wallet, which is Ethereum for now. This wallet address that I'm connecting to already has a user record. Oh, wow. Demo day. Okay, well, that's strange, but then that's why I have the video prepared. That was strange. So a user will connect their wallet, which is Ethereum for now. This wallet address already has a user record. This one will create the user transaction, user creation transaction right now. And then the room name will be Lumen Tree. The password is Rise from the Ashes. Yep, there you go. Once a user logs in, an authentication token is granted to the client for a session. The user can see popular memes today, weekly, monthly, and they can also view a live stream of memes. So if I just skip forward. So yeah, you can see that's where the live stream will be, and then you can post, and then I end up posting in this video. Unfortunate that the live one didn't work. That's so on that part. Anyway, so let's get back to the slide. This all started when I was at Google and I discovered MemeGen, an internal tool used by employees to create and distribute memes about everything Google. I remember sitting at all hands meetings and everyone had MemeGen pulled up on their laptops and phones. Sergey or Larry would be on stage, say something ridiculous, and immediately the memes would proliferate. So when I was at Tinder, I recreated it with a few other colleagues. We put up a bunch of flyers in the bathroom stalls, but it was promptly shut down the next day due to moderation concerns. So my hope is to revive MemeFeed once again here in crypto, and I think it's the perfect place for it. Every community needs Uncle Tom's Cabin to come together, discuss, disagree, and celebrate. That's what each room in MemeFeed represents, as well as aiming to be verifiable, censorship minimized, and private by default. After a foundation is set, I hope to explore how we can reward contributors. So how does it work? I'll keep it brief, but basically MemeFeed posts data directly to Celestia as a sovereign rollup with a single sequencer. It stores the data in Postgres, including image hashes, and actual images are stored in S3. All data is posted to Celestia, so everything's on chain, including users, likes, memes, and rooms, and recorded with a pending transaction status. This part is not implemented, but basically a DA worker would reconfirm blobs and updates the transaction status to final. And to verify the straight transition function, a new node would sync by reading in all blobs and reconstructing the state. To verify image data, this is TBD, but maybe we could delegate to a data storage network or something. So what's next? The target is testnet. There's plenty more to do before that happens. For that, there'll probably be rooms for each house: Lumen Tree, Mindflux, Puddle Trail, and even one for Whims of Fall. So please reach out here if you're interested in any way or to provide feedback. All is welcome. If you want to stay connected, give MemeFeed.org a follow on Twitter. That's all. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. We do have a question in the chat. How is it private by default?
It's not right now. That would be a goal.
Cool.
Yeah.
What was the most difficult thing about building this?
Well, it took a while to get clear on the tech stack. Like I knew what the product was. I knew that like I wanted to go with the sovereign rollup, but I didn't. So it took me a while to get clear. And when Mustafa presented and said just do a base rollup, I was like, wow, that's actually like I don't need any of the fancy bells and whistles. Let's just go with this and see like what happens. And so to get clear on that part actually took me a while. So that's kind of like the build whatever. You can go any direction, but then it's like nice to have like a little bit of like you got to make your choices at some point.
Awesome. Yeah. I look forward to seeing what you do with this.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you again for presenting. Next up, we have me. Now I'll be sharing a video from someone who wasn't able to make it today. And this is for Sloth Chain.
Lazy morning. My name is Yerun Garba. This is a presentation for Sloth Chain. I have a friend with me who will do most of the presentation, but I will be back. Lazy morning. I'm here to tell you about Sloth Chain, my new home. So the whole point of the Sloth Chain is to be a Celestine Sloth Society meme chain, the popular NFT that was launched on Stargaze. The chain is a roll-up built on Rollkit, and it consists of NFTs, a DAO, a good amount of emojis, and a lot of laziness, because that's needed. The whole point is basically to be able to send over NFTs to Sloth Chain and be able to use them in a DAO or for other purposes, but basically being able to have a home for the sloths. This can be used for many things. If, for instance, part of the revenue from the slots were to go to this DAO, then the slots could have additional utility, for instance. But it could also be other things. That's whatever basically the community wants to do. It will have a way to actually do it where the votes would be their actual NFTs. And all of this software exists. It's basically just putting it together and put it on Celestia and on Volkit. So basically, the setup looks sort of like this. The NFTs are mostly, or I guess, all on Stargaze today. We can send them over to another chain via IBC using ICS 721, which is implemented and testing and working already. And then you can basically stake your NFTs for governance in DAO, which I've called proof of laziness. And then basically you can do whatever you want. The community can have a coin related to this, where proof of laziness gives you some sort of lazy coin over time or something like that. But it can also be no coins involved at all, which is also something that the community has voiced concern about. Oh, getting lazy here. I think those are enough slides for now. That was a lot for my friend there, but I can take over now. Indeed, too many slides. Since this is recorded, I'll do the Q&A by myself. I just thought up some questions that I thought might be relevant. So why do this at all? I figured I'm obviously a slot holder, and I figured it would be a good use case for the slots to have their own lazy home. We can sort of make it into a really meme chain. So that's sort of what I've done as well. I put a lot into, like, for instance, it doesn't produce blocks unless there are transactions. So it's sort of lazy aggregation on Rollkit, and then emojis obviously in in the logs, and like just silly stuff like that. But there can be a lot of fun meme things that you can only do with the sovereign rollup that I would love to explore further. So yeah, if the community is like interested in that eventually, then there's a lot of potential to get silly and have fun and lazy. Celestia obviously brings the capabilities of the rollups with the data availability layer, and basically it means that we could have this meme chain that doesn't have an aggressive meme that sort of causes a lot of grief and issues. It can be just a nice fun place. We can sort of mostly get around without having to introduce new tokens, which I think is a good possibility. And finally, thank you for the attention, and stay lazy.
Thank you, Guillermo, remotely. Next up, we have Minimal, and we'll have Vikash again to present. Vikash, do you have your slides ready? Nice.
Hey.
There we go.
Yeah. So hey everyone, this is Minimal, right? So basically, it's a full stack project which is used to interact directly with the buyer and maximize profit, right? It's currently a type of the marketplace, right? So if I talk about the problems, so there are various problems, right, which exist currently in the market. First one is the middleman interface. For example, like Amazon, right? It's a very big marketplace, and there is a profit reduction from the buyer or the seller, right? So the second problem is the profit margin reduction, right? And the third problem is more gas fees. The user has to pay more gas fees if that in decentralized, right? To solve all this problem, so I thought to why not to just remove the middleman, right? So why can and if I talk about the profit, so means if there isn't any involvement of the middleman, then of course the 100% profit is gonna get by the buyer as well as seller, right? So if I talk about the higher gas fees, then this can removed by deploying this project on the and I deployed this project on the content rollup model 3 and used data availability Celestia for the data availability, right? So let's go for the demo, right? So basically, you had talk about okay, they should run. Yeah, so this is basically a marketplace, right? And I can sell the item, right? For example, just ignore the name, right? This is for the testing, right? And this is the description, right? And I can set up the price as well. I can choose the file and image. The NFT will be created, and also one token will be created, which is gonna incentivize the listing, right? Who gonna list, and I have to pay 0.0025 ETH, right, for the listing. Yeah. So after that, these products come in the home page, right? I can buy this product. Means anyone can buy this project. Sorry, product. And yeah, so 100% profit is gonna get by the uh, buyer, right, and the one who are selling. So after that, after the transaction is confirmed, this will disappear from the marketplace, right, and it will go into the my item section. So under my item section, I have the option to release this product, right? For example, I want to release for this 0.1, right? So I can release this again. Uh, yeah. So I have to again, let's take 0.025 for listing this product. So after listing, this item will be on the marketplace, right? As you can see that the updated price is 0.1 ATS. This is the dashboard, the all the item which I listed on the marketplace, and the third section, fourth section is item review. Anyone can give review for their product, what's their experience and what they like, right? Yeah. So basically, yep. And I usually again have to stake some more ETH, right, for this, and this is currently the review section, right? Yeah, so this is about
All right,
yeah.
Vikash, that's time, sir. Thank you for the
Okay.
demo. Just want to make sure everyone else still has time to present as well. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thanks.
Hey, Josh, I think you're on mute.
Hey, I can't hear you guys.
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna say thank you, Vikash. We're a little bit behind on time, so we're gonna need to get to the next 3 presentations. So next up, I'd like to welcome DGen Builder for the real-time betting game. Oh, an infinity mirror.
Oh, can you see my screen?
Yep, we got it.
Yeah. So hello everyone, Degen Builder out here. I love to build for Degens, and as you know, Degens love to take risk. So I built a real-time betting game on the L3 rollup, and which is deployed on the rollup using Conduit, and it settles on mode and uses Celestia as the data availability layer. So it looks like this. And how do you play? You can place your bet. So the users can place their bet based on choosing a single number from 0 to 36, or betting on whether the outcome would come even or odd, or black or red color, first or second half of the table, etc. So this is how these are the options that the users can bet. Now I will show the quick demo of how it looks like. I hope you can hear the sound. Bidding. So here I choose the second third of the numbers and I try to spin up the. Okay, just a second. So here you can choose if you want the number of like the amount that you want to place the bet. The minimum that you can start with is 0.001, but you can choose to place like 2 times 0.002 or 0.003 based on your risk taking capacity. And I would be bidding. So here I choose the second third of the numbers and I try to spin up the wheel. So as I click on spin the wheel, a transaction would be pop up asking me to confirm the transaction. So here I confirm it. So as you can see that I'm passing 0.001 value and I'm placing my bet. And the spinning starts off and this wheel is spinning up as in real casino it happens up. And this actually, okay, so I got 4 as the outcome, which was not what. Okay, so I lost in the game that I created, but that's what Degen is. So going behind now the architecture and how it works section. So this betting game is like, as I said, it's deployed using Conduit and Rollkit on the layer 3. And so the user places his bet on the front end. And then as you saw, the user spins up the wheel. The real tech is behind this because on the roll up, currently we don't have any system which provides us with a random number. So even Redstone doesn't support. So I had to go through the Gelato VRF way. So Gelato VRF generates a random number on the mode blockchain, and then I use Hyperlane kurtosis. So to get that random number bridged from that mode chain to this rollup chain, and that random number decides whether the bet was successful or not based on the smart contract. So here is the Hyperlane deployment code, and this is the contract. So I will show the contract real quick. So contract has various functions and it shows you how the betting is implemented, and the different functions, like the spin completion and other functions like check if the third table won or not. So it's all based upon the random number generated and whether the user's bet was successful or not. As you saw that I chose the second third of these numbers and the 4. So I lost my bet, but yeah, I can try again, and it incentivizes the users to play again and again, just like how it should be in the casino. So that was much about my project. It was a quick short demo, but I love to present. Thank you. Any questions?
No, thank you, DGen Builder. Thank you for the presentation. In the effort of speeding through the last ones, we're going to have to do questions offline. Next up, we have Arxidium. I guess we need Rahul as well.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'll just start with the demo. So this is like the aim of the project was to make a multi-platform wallet fully in Rust and like covering different OS and like Wasm for like a browser plugin and a mobile OS, basically Android iOS. Currently this is connected to gRPC endpoint to fetch data and submit transactions, and few features are implemented right now, so let's go with them. So initially, like few of the basic features is like we can create a new wallet, and or we can import an existing one by going adding the 12 word mnemonic. 24 word mnemonic can also be integrated. Right now it's in this demo, it's not there. And so I'll just go with the existing wallet which is already stored in the system. So yeah, so like right now we can get the balance of the wallet, of the account, as well as like all the accounts right now which are added in this wallet. So I can go to a different account and see the balance, and as well as like have an option to add another account, either by like just clicking on add will add a new account in the same derivation path, or import it through a private key if we add it in hex form. And so let's try out the features which are there. One is first is like the send points. We'll just try with this. So this is the gas which I'm getting from on the blockchain. So we'll just write it out. So this should be success, and here I should see the transactions which are successful. It should show, and so this is connected to Selenium endpoint, so which gives the transactions. So this is mostly like we can add a different indexer if we want. So this, if I click on this, it would go to a browser, but I'm not sharing the browser, so we can't see it. And the other feature is basically uploading a file as blob. So this is just more of a test feature which I added, and like I can click on image and try to upload it as a blob here. And so let me check. Let's see if it's already uploaded. Oh, I think this didn't work out, but yeah, this was uploaded. So let me check if it's in.
No worries. It's the demo gods, you know. but it's super cool, and but unfortunately the time is up for this demo.
Yeah, sure.
So appreciate it, Rahul.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And thank you again, Rahul. Last up for the day, we have Daud, and he'll be presenting Blessed. Are you ready?
Hi, yes, I'm ready. You can see my screen, right?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm Daud from Blessed, and I want you to imagine that you're trying to book a ticket for an event you're really keen on. And what is happening then? You get into a virtual queue, and you end up just seeing that the event is being sold out. And then you panic because you really want to go to that event, and you look on the secondary market and you see that prices are skyrocketing, because people were front running ticket sales and put a leverage price on it. And that's a really bad user experience for a fan because it costs them way too much money. And that's what we are trying to solve with Blast. And we built an event ticketing platform to fix that. And what we're doing there, we have lotteries on the one hand, and we have auctions on the other hand to provide like a fair distribution of these tickets. And we are helping not only the fans to get there and have that fair distribution, but we are also helping with the auctions, the organizers, to get more money. This would be an event page. And down here, we have a grayish area. When we go into this grayish area, we see our interactive window where the sales is happening. And this is the first lottery. In the first lottery, you have to think of you have to think of a traditional lottery where we're using a VRF of Gelato to just pick the legit person who put in the minimal deposit amount of money. And in case there's a match, then you can mint. You also can set something that is around that. And then we have the second lottery. And in the second lottery, we have the user that can trigger the VRF. So you can create lucky numbers. If these lucky numbers match to the target number, then you win. Let's see. In this case, I didn't win. Now we're coming to the third phase. The third phase is an auction phase where you have different rounds, and in each round you can add a certain amount of tickets. And if the demand is higher than the amount of tickets, in the next phase, automatically the price raises. And if there's a higher demand, again, the VRF selects, so it's getting fair. And the last auction part is going to be an auction part where we have a leaderboard. And in this leaderboard for that demo, we just used 2 persons that are eligible to win. And if you put in the right bid, then you win the ticket. And important is also that the lottery tickets are soulbound tokens. They can't be resold and are for the lowest price. And the auction tickets can be resold on the secondary market. And we used the OpStack for the execution, Celestia for data availability, and Gelato for the middleware, and the VRF, and also Third Web to give the buyer a good user experience. Do you have any questions for me?
I do not have any questions. I guess I'm excited to see this product come to life more after the hackathon. So I'm curious what your roadmap is like.
Yeah, our roadmap is very full of tasks that we didn't finish within the hackathon. And I like to say, like, after the hackathon is before the hackathon. We are right now, like, the good thing about 45 days of online hackathon is we are right now all in hackathon mode. And I hope that stays for a while like that, because
Awesome.
It was really fun.
I'm glad to hear it. Thank you again for presenting. And I guess that brings us to the end of demos for today. So I want to thank everyone for joining. Thank you, Brian, for joining from Dora Hacks. And the judging period begins today at the top of this hour, and we'll wrap up judging on the 31st. On Monday, the 3rd, we'll be having a closing stream to go over the winners of the different tracks, and we'll be sharing more about that with everyone shortly. Yeah, thank you everyone in the chat for coming. We hope everyone had a good time, and take care.
Awesome. Thanks everyone. Amazing second day of demos.